Hey buds, today we smoke two strains that are big and strong and can also be found in aisle 10.
We cover news stories ranging from weed found in unusual places to a British man who hitched the wrong lift.
And a conversation with Good Buds Isaac where we cover some Would You Rathers.
All of this and more today on the Good Buds Podcast.
Up and away, Falcor!
Welcome to the Good Buds Podcast, the show where good buds smoke good buds and talk about them. I'm Curtis.
I'm Shank.
And this is episode 59, airing Monday, November 8th, 2021, on Spotify, YouTube, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and many more. Thank you for joining us.
Before we start, I'd like to thank Lumenspot and My High Shop for sponsoring this episode and all of our other ones before it. Check out their links down below in the description, and we will talk more about them later. But for now, Curtis, how you doing today?
I am doing all right. Fucking, I had to work a little bit today, but, that was no problem. Fucking came home. I got some good weed. I had a fun weekend. I had a fun holidays and all that, fun stuff that we do. Fucking, I bought the shit out of everything that was at Spirit Halloween the day after Halloween.
Clear those fucking shelves.
And the candy. Yeah, I cleared what I could.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was nice. Except for the Thai food that I had because I made a mistake. But I'll talk more about that in a little bit. Shank, how about you?
I'm doing great, man. I also have some fantastic cannabis to burn on this episode that I'm excited to share with the buds at home. And, I'm doing good, man. It's overall been a pretty lax week. I have been streaming a lot on Twitch at Good Bud Shank on Twitch. I've been almost every day. I've been playing Fallout 76. Love that. And, it's been kind of good new little distraction from all of the work and podcast stuff. And but I've been looking forward to this episode. It's going to be a good one. And before we get into the meat of the episode, I do need to remind all of the buds at home to check out our Facebook, Instagram, and our Twitter pages because we have some really great behind-the-scenes content and funny stuff that we post there regularly. Also, you buds can go jump on our Discord server where we have some great conversation and we check in there daily. There will be links downstairs for you to check out. Please click on them after you're done listening to this episode. Or during. Just make sure you don't close this.
Do it on your phone so that way you can, do it on your phone. You can listen to this in the background.
100%.
But other things you can do if you like what we're doing and want to support the show, you can check out our Patreon page and you can donate there. We have several tiers that you can choose from, including behind-the-scenes content exclusive for Patreon and the ability to listen in on the show live. Again, links are downstairs below. You can start for as low as $1, and you can join our other awesome Patreons, such as Mr. Isaac and Mr. Benji Bills.
He is absolutely right. We love our patrons, and we appreciate you very, very much for donating to the show. But if you buds at home want to feel like you're doing something and you've got a lower budget than the ability to donate permits, feel free to click that follow button or click that subscribe button wherever you see it, because that helps us out big time. Even just liking the video or the post wherever you see it, it helps us out and makes us feel really good about it.
And be sure to share with your buds so that way, everybody can, hear this. Yeah. We're not starting a cult.
Yeah,
slowly,
spread the buds.
Surely.
Spread the buds. Worship
spread the buds.
Curtis's cheese
Worship.
wheel.
No. It's just the Messiah Shank. We worship the buds here. Speaking of which, we have some to show for you buds.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're absolutely right. What do you say we get on the reviews now?
Yes.
Good buds review, good bud.
All right, Curtis, so what are you burning for the buds at home today?
Well, Shank, today I am burning on a nice strain that I have here called Scooperman. Yeah. So, I know what you're thinking.
Is that a bird or a plane?
No, it's Scooperman.
It's cannabis.
I have scoops. But no. Scooperman is a strain by Superior Flowers. Mm-hmm. Now, for some of you who don't know, because I know this is kind of like a Michigan / North or Midwestern thing / type thing. I don't know. But Superman ice cream is basically this mix of like red, yellow, and blue ice cream that's all flavored fucking awesomely mixed together. It's called Superman ice cream. So this is Scooperman, which is basically a scoop of Superman. That's awesome. Play on words. What do you expect from cannabis that's grown in Michigan? Like I said, by Superior Flowers. This is a hybrid strain that is indica dominant. The strain crosses Purple Pebbles and Gelato number 41. and it is lab tested with a THC content of 24.6% and a CBD content at 0.07%. So, pretty good, pretty good.
Not bad.
In terms of the nugs themselves, they're a medium-sized nug, semi-dense and crunchy. Fucking, nice little crunches to them, and it's nice because they are little segmented buds, so you can kind of pull off those little sub buds
Mm.
and fucking just pop those into a grinder, pulls right off the little central stem that goes through it. But very tightly packed together, very condensed. The colors themselves are kind of just spots of emerald, crocodile, and light forest green. They kind of all just blend together, but they're also vibrantly noticeable in different segments, different spots around it. Uh, it has the entire thing, like I said, is compacted, but it's compacted with these nice bright orange hairs all around it. And the only thing that's kind of loose on it is this nice little layer of sugary crystal. Some of it's crushed in, some of it's just shaken on the outside, it looks like, but just the tips of the nug are exposed. Like just the
Oh,
very
nice.
tip of it. Just the tip.
Just the tip. Just the tip.
Exactly. Now, as for the scent, that is a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. It's sour,
Hmm.
minty, fruitiness with diesel tones. It definitely smells strong, powerful, heroic.
Heroic.
But
Like
yeah,
Scooperman.
it's got like berry and like tropical fruitiness to it. It has this weird sourness, not so much citrus, but more like the sourness from lemon.
Yeah.
It's got like this slight piney mintiness in the background, and then it just has that strong diesel tone at the very end of it. It's just like, hey, it's still weed. Smack.
Yeah, I'm still weed here. Just saying.
It is slightly creamy too, just from the smell, which kind of blends everything together a little bit nicely. But then obviously, like I said, you get that smack of diesel at the end.
Yeah, no, that's nice.
Smack-a-diesel.
The smack-a-diesel sounds pretty nice.
So I'm
sounds
very
solid.
excited. Oh yeah, I'm very excited to see, how this strain burns, where it goes, what it tastes like. But before I get to that, Shank, you have weed. What is it?
I do. Today I am going to be smoking on some ho 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 green giant.
Ho ho ho.
Yeah, the different ho ho ho, not the Santa kind, but the weed kind, or the green, the frozen food kind. But this strain is a hybrid indica. Honestly, weird story behind this one. I was provided this through a generous donation to the podcast by a friend of mine, and they do not remember the brand name. So I don't know the brand name, but I do know it
Well,
is from
shout
a
out
store.
to you, bro, you fucking stoner. No,
But
no.
but it's all good. But it's all good. But I do know for a fact that Green Giant is a cross of Big Bud and Shiva Skunk, which is always good. I love things with skunk in the name, and I know that it normally tests around 21 to 22%, like between the 21 and 22% THC range. So it's pretty good, pretty decent. It's also a hybrid indica, much like Curtis's. Leans towards the sativa side of things a little bit more than most of the hybrid indicas do, but it's very nice. Now, the thing about these nugs is they're bright green outside, like bright green. They definitely get their name from that, and they have a beautiful deep forest green on the inside of it that I really love to see. But the thing about them is that these nugs are huge. Like huge nugs.
Like,
there's
we talking edge?
we're talking huge.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, like huge. And I mean, my nug that I got, because I got this as like one large nug. It was provided to me as, and it was large. But I saw some of the plant images when I was looking up reviews for this strain and everything else, and these nugs, like there's some of them are almost the size of my head. They're that big. They are definitely that's where they get the name giant from, obviously, right? But there's a decent amount of red hair on the outside, but it's not too noticeable unless you're using the flash on your camera. If you're looking at it like naked-eyed, it just looks green because the red hair is very translucent, but when you take pictures of it, it pops a bit more. And there is a very nice thin crystal coating on the outside of the nug, but it's not too thick. And overall, the greenness of the nugs is my favorite thing about these. They're very vibrant, very beautiful shade of green.
Well, I
I
would hope with Green Giant it would
I know,
have,
I know,
you know,
right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
something.
Absolutely, but it speaks to my soul. This shade of green is it's super nice, right? But the smell, the smell of this strain. Oh, I didn't need to put my nose to it. I'm going to anyway.
Potent.
I didn't need to. Man, it is skunky. Skunky, skunky, skunk. The second I opened the container, my whole room probably started smelling. My whole office here started smelling like skunk the second I opened this container. But when I got a good strong whiff of it, there is a like weird kind of like tart berry scent behind it. Like it almost has like a berry or some kind of like I don't even know how to put my
A
finger on
sweet
it.
barrier reef.
Yeah, sweet berry or reef kind of a dingleberry, you know,
Yeah.
but that
Ah,
berry scent that I can't put my finger on. There's not a whole lot of sweetness to it, to the scent.
right.
Like the sweetness level is kind of low. It's got more of a very sharp kind of like tart and a very like kind of bold, like skunky, earthy scent to it. But it's oh, I love the smell of skunk weed, man. I haven't had a good strong skunky strain in quite a while, and this is hitting all of my check boxes for that skunk smell. When you open it, it's got the like the linger. I've closed my container now. I can still smell the cannabis in the room. So like it's like that's what I like. I like to when you open a bag of gas, you want to smell the gas even after you've rolled that bag back closed. You can still go and smell the weed in the room. Like you know, that's what
It
you want.
lingers.
That's what you want, and I'm getting that from this. And honestly, I'm very, very excited to smoke more of it. Before we do, I need to remind the buds at home if they're not already watching our YouTube channel, which they should be. I mean, here we are in beautiful animated glory. You can see the weed strains floating behind us, like while you're watching YouTube.
Pictures of them and
And
stuff.
pictures, like you can see them. Pictures. Curtis puts them back there. They look really, really cool. Subscribe while you're there. But if you don't want to go to our YouTube and you prefer the audio aspect of the podcast, but you still want to see what these strains look like, you can go to our Instagram at GoodBuds Podcast, where we post pictures of all these cannabis strains for you buds to look at and go, oh, that's a nice looking strain of weed. And you can give us a follow while you're there because it will definitely help us out and it'll help you out because we tend to notify people about upcoming events and stuff like that through Instagram.
Oh yeah. And with all that being said, if you want some extra content coming across your feed on Instagram, you can go to my personal one at GoodBuds Curtis. I got a couple videos of me over there smoking bongs, taking some massive rips, and doing some behind the scenes showing of how I edit the videos.
Hell yes, make sure you follow them while you're there. And if you want some extra content from my side of the page here, you can go to at GoodBudsShank, where I post videos on Instagram of me, smoking weed, smoking blunts, that kind of thing. Typically with elevator music playing in the background. It's weird shit. But if you like that kind of thing, click the follow button because we do, like I said, notify you guys when anything. So we notify all you buds when anything's coming up,
Yes,
like giveaways, future events, that kind of thing will be on Instagram. So follow.
exactly. Be
Yeah.
sure to follow. And with all that being said, Shank, I have a bong packed right here, ready to go of some of that Scooperman.
Oh yeah, and I got a bong pack right here, prepared to go of this beautiful green giant.
Well, and hopefully the buds at home, you guys should know the drill by now. And if not, hey, you're probably already smoking. And if you waited for us, good.
Yeah,
We're proud for you.
right.
Thank you.
Good job.
But it is time. Make sure you have your bongs packed, your bowls packed, your joints rolled, your blunts rolled, your vapes ready, your rigs ready, your edibles out of the package, out of the oven,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is. It
Into
is
your mouth.
time. Yes, into your mouth. It is time to blaze it. Tote kaboke.
Ooh, hooty hoo!
Hootie on the blowfish.
Oh my goodness, Curtis. So how's that hitting for you today, bro?
Oh. You know what? It actually is hitting like Darius Rucker.
Hey,
It's Hootie with a twang.
nice.
But no,
Mama like a wagon wheel.
it's a very potent, throat-filling hit. Uh, okay, it makes the airway very numb, which is very nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's very cooling, and it does hit the base of the brain as well. The flavor is delicious. It's sweet. It's fruity. It's semi-floral. It does have a bit of citrusy into it, and it definitely has a gassy fucking diesel after finish.
Hmm.
Again, ooh, very potent,
Nice.
very nice, very strong.
Yeah. Well, you like a good
I'm
strong
going
punch.
exactly, which is why I'm going for more. I'm gonna get fucking turned.
Let's
Shank,
get
how's that
turned.
hitting you?
Beautiful, man. Honestly, skunky as fuck. But also like cherries, um, which is odd. That's where that berry flavor came from. I think it was like a very cherry flavor coming through the smoke, almost like cherry wood, kind of, but more along the lines of like I don't know, like the actual fruit. It's got that
Like
sweetness.
maraschino cherry or tart cherry?
Tart cherry, not the sweet
Uh,
cherries, not the super sweet maraschinos, but like the tart kind of like fresh off the
right.
tree, just ripe cherry.
I get you.
It's a weird flavor, but it's really smooth, very smooth. Not super potent on the exhale, but it did have a nice sharp inhale. When I took the inhale, the toke there felt really good on my lungs, very good on my throat. It was strong, but a little bit weak on the exhale. That skunk is powerful though. Like I can still taste slash smell, I guess, olfactory confusion
Right.
that skunk right now, and it's really interesting. Like it's not quite taste, but it's not quite smell, like that weird in between.
I get
Um,
you.
but it's there, and I love it. It's like I said, it's been a long time since I've had a skunky strain like this, and like I love the way it tastes. Yeah, it's great.
I love the way you lie.
Love
Um,
the way you lie.
well, we're not the only ones who have opinions on these strains.
It's true.
Absolutely. We have to check online to see the online opinions of other stoners who are online as we are other stoners online giving our opinions to the online.
Opinion. Opinion.
And I said all that bullshit for no reason because I could not find any online reviews for this strain.
Wah
Uh,
wah.
Scooperman is a strain that's basically specifically sold in Michigan to a select couple of dispensaries. It's available on like Leafly and Weed Maps and stuff like that, but there isn't actual reviews shown on the page. And as of right now, most of the things claim that they're out of stock, so I can't really find any reviews. However, the dude at the dispensary who I bought this from did say it was gas. So I'm down.
Three
Um,
fire emojis.
Fuck yeah. Like I said, it's already hitting me pretty strong, very cerebral, very relaxing hit.
Nice.
I do have water, I do got snacks nearby, always prepared as always. Um, but Shank, how about you? How's your strain hitting you?
Well,
Or
this,
I mean, what does
yeah,
it say for
for
you, I
what it
should
says
say?
on the tag out. But honestly, it was same with yours. It had kind of sparse reviews. It was hard for me to find like a definitive, like nailed down review of it. But I did find a couple through some serious searching, and I found that it is uplifting and euphoric, but also very good for relaxation and stress. So I'm not sure how it's going to kick me, how it's going to hit me. I know that people say regularly that it is used for anxiety and pain relief, but they can say that about literally any strain of cannabis they want to,
Or alcohol?
or alcohol if they really wanted to. So that's not super like pinpointed reviews, but like Curtis said, I also have my beverages nearby. I got my snacks nearby in case any of those
Yeah.
symptoms pop up. And
And
like
we also have our
yeah,
joints nearby because we
we do.
are prepared. We
Or
have
yeah,
stuff ready.
or
We are
seasoned stoners,
stoners, garlic
garlic
powder.
powder. That's right.
Absolutely. And with all that being said, it is now time that we take some dry hits to see if we can get some extra flavor profile from the joints before we actually do what they were meant to do.
Good buds ASMR moments. And a mouth fart. Oh, sorry, that's my chair. No, so Curtis, how's that? How you getting? What are you getting through that for flavors?
uh, Kind of just a dumbed down version of what I was tasting, basically. Like, a little bit of that fucking sweet, fruity, semi-floral, kind of citrusy, little bit of gas at the end.
Nice.
Like, I mean, a little bit of grassiness to it too. And like I said, it's very dumbed down, but
Yeah.
obviously we know what's supposed to happen. Shank, how about you? What are you tasting?
Skunk. Skunk. That's it. Skunk, man. Just skunk. It's like I'm getting like maybe a little bit of the berry kind of sweetness that I was getting through the scent. But like that skunk is so overpowering in the strain. It's like
Right.
bold, man. I wish I could just pass some of the smell. I wish we had smell-o-vision so I could just like pass some of the smell towards you right now just so you could experience what a joy it is to have this smell right here. But oh
Oh
man,
yeah.
like it's that's what I'm getting. Yeah, like it's like the berryness almost gets overpowered. Maybe a little bit of grassiness from the crystal, like some keefiness. But more than
Yeah.
anything, skunk.
Nice.
But
Nice.
I'm interested in finding out what it tastes like when we actually do what we need to do.
Absolutely. And you know exactly what we need to do, and hopefully the buds do too. Hopefully you have round two ready to go.
Mhm.
Joint rolled, blunt rolled, bong ready, vape ready, bowl ready, rig ready. Take another bite of your edible.
Do it.
Keep your joint or blunt lit if it already was. It
Do
doesn't
it.
matter. It is 4:20 somewhere. Time to blaze it. Tok tok skabok.
Oh,
Ooh.
shit, that's nice, man. Holy crap. So, Curtis, how's that tasting through the joint, man?
It is the flavors similar. Uh,
Yeah.
it's it's very cooling. The flavor's sweet. It's kind of fruity. It's semi-floral. It's got like this diesely aftertaste.
So, pretty much like the bong
I,
hit.
well, yeah, it's like the bong hit.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
not smoother, but like it's definitely like you could smoke this for a lot longer in this form.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
bong gives you that nice potent punch right in the face,
Yeah.
which I
Uh,
like. I'm
yeah,
also
that's.
high already because I took well, two bong hits and more before.
Oh, hell yeah. We're always prepared. But we're always prepared to entertain you. But,
We're always pre. Yeah, we're always pre.
pre. But yeah, but no man, honestly this one's really good. It's like I said, very similar to the bong hit, but also in the fact that it's hot. It's a hot toke. Like the bong hit was kind of a hot toke on the inhale, and I thought it might have been because it was so punchy out of the bong. Like I thought, oh, maybe just because it's the volume of smoke or whatever that I'm taking in that it's hot. But even from the joint with like controlled puffs, this is still a hot strain. Like it's kind of warm on the way in. The exhale is still very smooth, but it's got that nice skunky flavor that I like. That skunky kind of cherry, like tart cherryness to it. Maybe a bit of more of a woody flavor is coming through now as well. Like I'm getting a little bit more of that kind of wood.
Allen or Harrelson?
Mm, 1 second. Guthrie actually.
What's that?
Woody Guthrie.
Ah,
Yeah, but no, it's like it's almost like a cherry wood. Like I don't know if you've been in a workshop when they've been like cutting cherry wood or like that kind of
yeah,
thing. Like it's almost like that. How you get that kind of like it
that
smell.
sweet.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a
It's
mix
wood smell,
between.
but
It's
it's
like a
like
mix
high
between a
fructose in
maple. Yeah,
there.
like between a maple and a fucking like and a cherry. Like it's weird, but it's
Like a
good.
cherry maple.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But honestly, it's like it's got that really good extra like kind of flavor to it, and it's good. Like I mean, I'm a joint guy, so I'm 9 times out of 10 gonna prefer it out of the joint, right? But overall, it's good. I like this
It's
strain.
weed. It's good weed.
Green Giant gets my weed stamp of approval. It is weed stamp.
And Scooperman gets mine. Um, so
Yeah,
buds.
I need to
So
tell
Curtis,
the buds. Yeah,
so Curtis made a mistake when ordering some Thai food.
tell him about your oopsie, Curtis. I mean, he already told me before the podcast, and
Yeah,
honestly,
but
it was funny.
uh, so mind you, I've ordered Thai food before. I've had Thai food fucking
Hmm.
multiple times.
Yeah,
Pad Thai, some chicken, some noodles, some chicken and noodles, some rice.
yeah.
I've
More
had
pad
Thai food
thai.
before. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. I went to a Thai food restaurant with my girlfriend,
Hmm.
and fucking first off, the name of the place, Phuket,
Fuck it.
right? Fuck it.
Well, Phuket, technically, I think, but fuck it.
They pronounce it Phuket,
Yeah, Phuket. Yeah.
which and
But that's
would
like people
understand.
saying
But
Uranus
they
is
spell it
Uranus.
in
Fuck you.
but they spell it in English.
Yeah.
It's Phuket.
Yeah.
So fuck it. So we went to the Fuck It Grill, basically.
Sweet.
Nice little carry out only place because of COVID.
Yeah.
I couldn't really see their menu anywhere online, so we had to go in, sit down, order it. Um, Once we finally decided what we were gonna order, we go up, and mind you, me and my girlfriend both are like spicy food. We're both
Yeah.
all right with spicy food, you know.
Spicy all the way.
It's not like we put ghost peppers on everything, but we like some sriracha here and there. We like some spice.
Jalapeno isn't spicy, basically.
Jalapeno is fucking
We
not
don't.
spicy.
Yeah, same for me. It's like I'm a spice, not a huge like. I'm not one of those chili heads who's gonna go out of my way to get the stuff that's gonna make my butthole pucker for 3 months. But
Right.
I jalapenos aren't spicy to me at all. Like I can.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter if you've done anything to them, like prepared them in any
Right.
way. I'll pop a jalapeno and chew it, and that's not
I
hot.
consider habanero like the
Baseline.
borderline
Yeah.
baseline for like
Yeah.
saying something is spicy.
Yeah, it's like bell peppers can get the fuck out of here.
Bell peppers are a topping.
Yeah,
Not
Yeah.
even. Um,
good with hummus.
yeah. So we both are all right with spice. So we
Yeah.
go to this place and I decided to get this Bangkok chicken, which is basically just orange chicken. First time I've been to the place, I'm going to be a little bit safe. Plus, it's what I like.
Yeah.
So some Bangkok chicken. He's like, all right, how would you like that? Because they had options for how spicy you wanted it: mild, mild plus, medium plus, hot, hot plus, super hot, and then I think there was another one at the end
Super
where you had to
hot.
sign a waiver.
Yeah. Well, they usually have that
The heat
one.
was so
that they're-
dangerous, you
they're
had to sign a
yeah.
waiver.
Yeah, that's I've like seriously though, like straight up, my stepdad owns a hot sauce, and I've tried a hot sauce where you had to sign a medical waiver to buy it, and it is mostly a marketing gimmick, but at the same time they do go all out on that shit.
But
Like
anyway, so
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, hot probably is not that hot.
yeah,
Hot's
especially
probably
if
not
there's
that
two
hot.
difficulties above it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, okay, I want it hot. My girlfriend immediately like snaps her head at me, fucking,
The
and
look.
starts looking at me. I'm like, okay, and then I look at her. I'm like, what? And then she goes ahead and orders her food. And after she orders what she wants, he asks, how do you want that spicy? And she says, mild plus. So I look at her and I'm like, babe, I thought you liked stuff spicy. She says, I do.
And
Took me a
that's when
second
he
to register, and
knew.
I'm like, oh
He
oh
fucked
no.
up.
I fucked up, didn't I? She's like, yeah, it's gonna hurt. And here's the thing.
In
It
or
was-
out? Yes.
Here's the thing. I had some drumettes that were, like barbecue sauce, just regular, so I had those to cool down with. I had a Pepsi, but it was hot as fuck. It was
Granted.
still delicious, so I still ate at least half of it. Saved the rest of it, ate it the day after. Fucking, it was good shit.
But it was bad shits.
Hold on. I kept my composure the entire time I was hanging out with her. As soon as I got home, I unleashed the seventh ring of hell as described in Dante's Inferno.
The one for like the worst fucking people.
The one for like pedophiles and lions and like murderers and shit.
Yeah, just it was unleashed like Pandora's
It was-
box.
It was fucking just ow. Pain. Fire.
Oh god.
Part solid, part liquid, part grindy, and I don't even know where that came from.
Yeah.
I haven't had a Cliff Bar in a while. It felt
Yeah,
like
there was
granola.
like it looked like granola. I haven't had granola
didn't
in
look like-
years.
It didn't look like granola, it felt like it.
Oh god. It's like
Wrapped
handfuls
in
of gravel.
Sandpaper.
Handfuls of gravel and graphite sand grindings.
It was terrible, but
That's bad, yeah.
yeah,
Bad situation.
I survived. My stomach went with the gurgle. I chugged some Pepto,
Had some
took some
cannabis,
Tums, smoked some weed. I'm
loads
bad
of
at
weed. Made sure it wasn't a strain that he had to cough.
it. I sat on my leather gaming chair just in case.
He just
It's
take
like-
it outside and hose it down.
It's not leather, it's like propylene, but it's like easy to clean.
Well, the fun fact is leather stains, and like people are always like leather is better than pleather, and I'm like it may be more comfortable, but leather stains and pleather doesn't. So you can always just take pleather outside and hose it down, and you're good to go. You can't do that
Well,
pleather.
So anyway, but you know what else you can do that with?
Hmm.
the fantastic clothes from our wonderful sponsor.
Do you like fashionable and unique clothing? Do you like things that shine super bright when exposed to light? Do you like discounts? Do you like advertisements that ask, "Do you like," over and over, knowing there is no direct way for you to answer back? If you answered yes to all of these questions, or even just the first three, check out lumenspot.com for some lit clothing and accessories, and use the code GoodBudsPodcast at the checkout for 50% off and free shipping. Thank you, Lumenspot, for sponsoring us, and thank all of you for listening. Check it out today with the link below in the description.
I honestly don't know if it's waterproof, but fuck it, whatever.
Thank you,
Lumenspot.
Lumenspot, for putting up with being associated with the
Wait.
story that preceded that ad.
Who cares?
That's great. It's great. They love it.
They don't pay us unless people go and visit that, so you should
go
really
buy
click the
it.
link down there. Seriously.
Click the link. It helps us.
But anyway, you know what else helps us? News stories being things that constantly occur, so we can talk about them on our podcast. Because this is We News Worldwide. And in today's first news story from Weed News Worldwide, god damn it, I'm devolving.
We're falling into nothingness.
But the first story that I have is actually unfortunate because it kind of completely counteracts the point that I made on the last podcast with the news story. Sorry about that, buds, but yeah. We had basically said that, there's no documented case of fucking people putting, or we were talking about the horrors of THC candy ending up in
like
kids.
door-to-door candy give-outs.
The trick-or-treating bags and the stuff like that. And we were afraid of that. And as of right now, we haven't seen any, reports roll in other than a couple of people posting on Facebook, but none of them have been confirmed.
Yeah,
some of
them have hilariously been confirmed to have been put there by the parents so they could get attention, which is sad.
Exactly. Right. We do know of some confirmed cases of that already, but yeah, so we're taking all of those with grains of salt. But we do have one that actually happened before Halloween that must have slipped by our radar.
It's kind of it wasn't a Halloween trick or treat give out, which is probably why it flew under our radar, because we were looking specifically for that.
Exactly.
Because it's Halloween. It was Halloween. We were looking up Halloween stuff.
Now, what had happened was a teacher... By the way, the link is at fox8.com down in the description below. Fuck Fox, but, the news story, we need to tell you about it.
Fox 8, lady!
A teacher was arrested after a student takes marijuana gummies from a prize box in classroom, according to the sheriff.
That kid's day got lit.
This happened roughly in Lexington, South Carolina, where a teacher was arrested after a student allegedly found and took a pack of cannabis gummies from a classroom prize box. Victoria Weiss, who is 27, is charged with possession of Schedule I drugs. So, on September 23rd, the Lexington County Sheriff's Department launched an investigation after a report that a student at Rocky Creek Elementary School had taken a pack of marijuana edibles from a prize box in the teacher's classroom. This prize box was used to reward the students if they did good, good behavior, fucking something courteous, good grades, whatever. A prize box.
We had that kind of thing when I was a kid too. A lot of schools do that kind of reward program. Right. Like if you're not being a little asshole, like most kids are, then they're like, hey, good for you not being a little asshole. Have a treat.
Exactly.
Some schools give you a sticker.
Right. We had one in our school where it was like, the nicer you were, you would get these tokens. The more tokens you got, then the better shit you got from the reward box or whatever.
Ballin'.
So if you were just moderately okay and you got one chip, you got a sticker.
Man, if they had weed gummies when I was in school, I would have been the best fucking kid.
Oh, absolutely.
I can get weed gummies from this? I am being a fucking brown noser.
So obviously what happened in this specific case where the gummies were essentially based off of Sour Patch Kids, but these specifically
were they the Stoner Patch Kids ones? Because I've seen those personally.
Yeah, they were Stoner Patch Kids.
Yeah, and see, that's the problem. That's the problem that I do have with some brand infringement, because I think stoners are exceptionally creative people, and I think that we could come up with our own edible brands that would outpace like
Right.
Oreos
Right.
or like like fucking Sour Patch Kids. Like
And,
we could make our own kind of like, but the branding on them. If you ever look at a bag of Stoner Patch Kids next to it, like if I was stoned out of my fucking gourd at home, throwing a bunch of candies in a bag to bring to school to like give
right.
out to kids, that'd be an easy mistake to make. Which is why I would never keep my edibles anywhere near fucking candy that I was going to give to children. But go ahead, Curtis. So, it was completely aside from the point. But what ended up happening? She, like you said, that they were Stoner Patch Kids.
Uh, yeah, Stoner Patch Kids that she had at her house. She brought mixed in with the kids' stuff, I guess. Uh, one of the kids was gonna take a pack. She said no, pick something else. Some other kid ended up picking them out. Um, that got brought to the attention of the sheriffs, who eventually arrested her.
Oh,
None of the kids ever actually ate the
okay.
gummies.
Well, that's good. I mean, none of the kids ended up getting their hands on it, but that was very, very irresponsible. This is a case of
Absolutely.
just this is just a case of stupid games, stupid prizes, right?
I mean, pretty good prize actually, but
Well, no, the kids
you
would
know,
have gotten a great fucking prize, but the teacher she played a stupid game and got a stupid prize for it. That was like,
right.
yeah,
Yeah, it
she should
wasn't
not have.
anything intentional, but
No,
obviously cannabis is still illegal in South Carolina, so it
yeah,
wasn't good for her regardless.
yeah. No,
But
hopefully she doesn't get charged too heftily and they don't like fuck her life up completely for this. I mean, granted, it was irresponsible and she should never be allowed to teach again. Like around children and stuff like that. But just
oh yeah, she got fired too.
oh,
Sure.
for sure, for sure.
Not for
Oh,
sure, but they said
yeah.
specifically.
Oh, they did say it. Oh, fuck. Okay, then yeah, she definitely. Well, I mean, that's fairly obvious in that situation. I don't think even with
Exactly.
tenure you'd ever be allowed to keep your job in that situation.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, it's an elementary school teacher, so you're not getting much tenure anyway.
yeah.
But
No.
regardless of all that, that
Yeah.
story link down below, downstairs. Fuck Fox News. But Shank,
Fuck, fuck.
what's your story?
Well, my first story for the day actually involves a different situation where weed was found. This time it wasn't found by children, and there were no arrests yet. But it comes from basically this is Indian River County. And so what ended up happening, 420intel.com is the website this comes from. Check down below, linked in the description. There was a lifeguard chilling out. He was just walking around, picking up some trash on the beach, as you do. And yeah, he was about to throw out a life jacket that washed onto the beach until he went to pick it up, and he felt that it was oddly heavy for a life vest. I mean, typically you want life vests to not be heavy. I don't spend a lot of time on the ocean, but my assumption is if they're heavy, they don't float too well. I guess.
Makes sense.
I mean, but so he basically said it felt unusually heavy, so he opened it and found that it contained 6 packages, which was 41 pounds of cannabis that was hidden away inside of this life vest.
Damn.
So yeah, so where the foam
Yeah,
is
that's definitely
for
not keeping you
yeah.
afloat.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it would get me high, and I would feel buoyant, but I definitely would be sinking.
Yeah.
Like it would cause couch lock, even though I'd feel like I'm floating. But so
It would cause couch lock, but the couch is at the bottom of the ocean.
exactly that. Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, it is a fairly popular beach area, so there may
It
very well
locks you to the
be
couch on the Titanic.
yeah on the Titanic's couch. It's true, man. But the dude's name was Daniel Otto, who found it, and he's from the Golden Sands Beach Park lifeguard. He's 26 years old, and he reported the vest to law enforcement officers after he found it. He told officials that he was about to drop the vest in the trash, but then he took it back to the guard shack and cut open the side, and that's when he found the cannabis because he was about to throw it out, just toss it because it's trash on the beach or whatever, right? But he felt how heavy it was and was like, this is kind of sketchy. Normally
Just in case.
the life jackets aren't supposed to weigh a lot of weight. So,
I
you
have
know,
this new knife back at the shack. I kind of want to try it out.
yeah, exactly, right? So, so he brought it back and he cut it open, and that's when he found the cannabis, and he was like, all right, I guess I should probably report this
And
to the
I'm mad at that
police.
one Subway employee for messing up my foot long earlier, so might as well stab a life jacket.
I know, right? I mean, it makes complete sense. When in doubt, stab a life jacket. Just make sure nobody's wearing it, please. This is not legal advice from the buds. Do not do what we just said. I mean,
I
and if
said
you
the
do,
life jacket, not the life.
exactly, right? Only the life jacket. So it says here in the article that designer drugs seized, such as monkey dust, which I have no idea what the fuck that is, but it sounds amazing.
Googling it.
Fentanyl, thank you. Fentanyl, other drugs, and guns have been seized. Suspicious packages. Um, the basically deputies have said that they look for suspicious packages and go back and forth and they grab it and test the contents, right? So a deputy says in the report that she took the life jacket to the Indian River County Sheriff's crime scene lab where the other packages were cut out and weighed, and it totaled to a total of 41.24 pounds of cannabis. Afterwards, the drugs were placed in an evidence room somewhere after some cops took a little bit to smoke themselves, and was closed off with no further investigation because how the fuck are you going to find out where it came from?
Right.
There's no way. There's no way. So so they don't really find a point, and most of the time with drugs that wash up on beaches and shit like that, because the cartels and stuff have so many creative ways to try to fucking get drugs across like the water in packages. Most of the time they don't even try to find out where it came from because they're probably never gonna find out. So they just don't even bother to take the cannabis or the drugs or whatever. So what is monkey dust, Curtis?
It's basically a new psychoactive substance on the rise in Australia that is chemically similar to cathinone or
Okay.
cathinone. Yeah, cathinone. But it's essentially MDPV or also known as bath salts. So I don't know if
Oh,
it's actually bath salts or if it's just what they're calling it.
some people
But
call it that. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
or if it's the chemical that was in the bath salts that turned everybody into face-eating zombies. But either way, yeah,
Yeah.
monkey dust.
Yeah, so monkey dust. That's
Ooh-ha-ha.
what monkey dust. Hoo ha ha. But basically, the deputies said that they regularly along that beach, that stretch of beach, they regularly find things that wash up that are objects like taped together that have cannabis or other drugs inside of them, and they said they patrol
Yeah,
the area very regularly. And it's like it's one of those things where like this shit ends up in the ocean, like because like I said, the drug companies literally they'll ride a boat out. They know currents really well, right? So what they'll do is they'll
right.
literally take large packages of cannabis or other drugs, cocaine, whatever, toss it into the
Dump it.
ocean to float, and just let it float. And other people down the current somewhere way far away will just happen to
Pass.
be in the area and they'll see the buoy floating and they'll pull it onto their boat, and like
Right. And where they happen to drop it just happens to be, on one side of territorial waters and then
yeah.
past boats, blockades,
Yeah.
whatever. And
Yeah,
then,
because
oh, what do you know?
like
It's on
a
the
lot
other
of the
side.
time, there will be like a green fucking piece of sea trash floating in the ocean, and the cops will completely forget to look at, won't even look at that, but dude on the other end of the line will be looking for that specific piece of trash, and he'll grab it and pull it out, and they'll just use currents to move shit. And not only
Right.
that, but a lot of the time they dump shit in the oceans when they're like getting away from cops. If cops are chasing them, they'll yeet.
And mind you, these are usually large cartels who are throwing large packages
Yeah,
into the ocean. So
loads of
if
them.
they miss one or two, who cares?
Yeah, if exactly that. Like if they threw like 400 life jackets into the ocean and the people who went to collect it only went and got 350 of them, they really aren't going to miss that 50. And so like they just float up until they end up like this on this beach, like this lifeguard found, and
We all float down here.
we all float. But actually, this would probably be a really good time to mention it. But Team Seas is a thing right now, Curtis,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we missed out on
Team C's.
we missed out on Team Trees.
Yeah, that was we really felt bad kind of supporting that one
Well,
because,
we talk about burning trees a lot. It kind
we
of
burn a lot of trees.
yeah, it doesn't really fit with their message.
Exactly.
Go.
But C's,
team,
I like
yeah,
Team C's we agree with. I like
yeah,
water. It goes
yeah.
in my bong.
Water is good. I'm like mostly made of water.
It keeps me it keeps me from getting that not alive disease.
I'm pretty sure that there's water in my Red Bull.
I'm pretty
Let me
sure
see.
there is
There is water in my Red Bull. I can see it right there. It's one of the first ingredients. It's amazing. It's carbonated
I
water. I
make
don't know if that's the same, but
I make water. It's just slightly yellow.
it's true. So Team Seas is a thing that's going on right now. It was started by Mr. Beast. We fully support it. If you go to the website, I think it's like teamseas dot something.
Yep.
There'll be a link down there for
Teamcheese.org,
you.
I believe.
And just make a donation. And if you want to put in the donation line or the tagline, say like "Good Buds Podcast sent us," we would love you forever. It would be super cool. But support that cause. It's a really good cause. They're cleaning the oceans taking a shit fuck ton of garbage out of the oceans. They're probably going to get a whole bunch of these cartel packages in there, and I'm really interested to see if Mr. Beast does an unboxing video.
That would be fucking incredible,
We
actually.
found these 14 different things, and we're in international waters right now. We're gonna do an unboxing video of cartel drug shipments. Oh, sweet! I got some cocaine. The next scene. Woo, woo.
Carl!
We're gonna cut this one open, guys. Woo, woo, woo.
Chandler, quit taking all the cocaine!
Yeah, you see Chandler just running laps around the boat. Yeah, but anyway, go to the link below, make a donation, help clean the oceans. It's a fucking great idea. If you want to check out the article that I was talking about, it's from 420intel.com. There's also a link down there below. It's got a little bit more deets and stuff like that, and blah, 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 and you can check it out if you want, but I just told you the important stuff, so keep listening here.
Exactly. There's also a link to the next news story, which I have for us, which is also some weed being found in another interesting place. Would you like to know where it is?
I would love to know, Curtis. Where was it?
Well, let me get to that, Shank. Fuck.
Tell me now, Curtis!
No! So, a dealer was carrying 140,000 pounds of worth of cannabis.
Okay, whoa, I was gonna say, that dude's got some big fucking arms.
140,000 pounds worth of cannabis.
We're talking money here, so that's what, like, 300 something thousand?
Fuck, the one thing I didn't convert. I converted everything else in this
Keep
goddamn
telling the story,
article.
I'm gonna convert it. You keep this. How much was it? 400 or 100?
140,000.
Alright.
What the fuck? So anyway, dealer was carrying that stuff. His name is Jesse Winsborough, and he is from Britain.
Britain.
He crashed his car in a blizzard.
Okay. So that's for the buds at home. That is $191,264.50 USD.
Nice. So yeah, quite a little bits of money.
Yeah,
So
good job.
he crashed. So like I said, he crashed his car in a blizzard. This was on the
Fucking
A.
sucks.
This was on the A9 in Scotland, which is a main road. This was kind of around the Perth area, which Perth is in. There's a Perth in Scotland, by the way.
Okay, not Perth, Australia. Perth, Scotland.
Not Perth, Australia, Scotland. Perth. So Jesse Winsborough, who is around 30, fucking, like I said, fucking totally just beefed it on the road during a blizzard, and
Well, that
his
really
car
sucks,
just went, skippity boo and rolled onto the roof.
Yeah.
So he got out of the car and he
Yeah.
pulled out 2 briefcases.
Okay.
And he started walking down the road. I believe he had somebody with him, but they didn't really mention it because I think non-disclosure or some shit. I think they were
Yeah.
let go.
They
Regardless,
probably rolled over on him like a fucking cheap cot.
exactly. Regardless, possible fucking accomplice. But they decided to start walking. He had 2 briefcases. Police officers.
Dick move on the other dude not carrying one of the briefcases.
It might have been a girl. I don't
I'm just
fucking
joking.
know.
They might have been hurt anyway too. Right? They did just get in a car
Unidentified
accident.
person.
Yeah, they did just get in a car accident as well, so they may not have been in any condition to carry things.
You know what? He was accompanied by a dog. Fuck you.
Hey,
So
man,
the guy
dogs
was
can
walking
carry
with-
shit.
So the guy was walking by with his dog with these 2 briefcases that could only
Yeah.
be handled by humans.
Okay.
And
I got you.
as a police officer rolled up to the scene and was just like, "Oh shit, bro, your car, it's like there, over. That's fucked.
Yeah, ouchie, bad news.
Ouchie, bad news. You know what we should do? We should fucking get you a ride somewhere so you can get a lift." And he's like, "I got a lift coming and stuff." And they're like, "Oh, I mean, you can come with us and we'll give you a lift." He's like, "You know what? That's fine. Yeah, I'll get in with you." Mind you, this guy's from London, so he's probably like, "Oh, sure, yeah, fuck yeah, British."
Yes, sir, British. And man, people, are you?
Meanwhile, the
gay?
Scottish guys
Yes.
are like, "Oh, what the fuck are you doing, laddie?"
No, you gotta do the right Scottish accent. If you don't do it right, you don't do it at all. Okay?
Oh yeah, fuck you.
Toot your bagpipes, you fucking haggis.
Oh yeah, fucking schmagend. So anyway,
haggis.
so when he put the briefcases into the trunk of the police car,
Yeah.
the police is like, "Wait, that smells like the weeds."
Good.
So they open up the briefcase, and yeah, sure as shit, he had fucking 14 kilograms of cannabis, which is roughly 30 fucking pounds, plus 2 ounces for himself.
I thought it was 140,000 pounds. What are we?
That was the worth.
No, that's insane, man. So he's like, yeah, no, 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 I guess so.
140,000 quid.
It's like, yeah, I guess. It's like, yeah, I guess so. I'll fucking. It's like, I guess I'll take a drive with you. And he probably was
Exactly.
hoping. He was probably hoping. Well, if I throw this in the trunk, then they won't be able to smell it up front, right? He was probably hoping, like, oh, they won't be able to smell it up front. But then it's like that gas.
Oh yeah. It's that good. And the thing is, it was vacuum sealed too, apparently. Like, but they were stuffed to the brim.
Maybe
The
they
guy was
just
a
had it. Maybe they just caught he was sus, and they were like, it's in our trunk already, so we can search it if we want to, because it's in their
got him.
car. It's in their car, and they probably thought when he put the
Who
bags
c-
in or whatever, they were like, we can search those bags if we want to. And this guy's
you're
kind of
s-
being sketchy, like, and then yeah,
you
so they
being
were
sus. You being
no, so
sus.
so they were like, we
So,
smelled it
uh,
in vacuum sealed bags
but
from the trunk.
but yeah. So the guy is a self-employed flooring worker.
Yeah,
He's from London. Fucking, he pled guilty to the charge in his absence. Uh, Fucking, obviously he's from London. The
yeah. So he
thing
was
was in
probably in London.
Perth.
The court
So,
was in. Yeah,
um, but yeah, no further stuff really. There's a couple more details that I missed on, but you
yeah.
can check that out. Details down below. Little short
Yeah.
story there. Guy got fucked.
Guy got fucked, and that's the funny thing too is this is one of the rare instances where Buddy really wasn't doing multiple illegal things at once. I mean, it's legal to drive during a snowstorm. You got to be careful, obviously, but he just got
Yeah,
into a fucking accident.
he just fucking whiffed it.
And I mean, certainly, like, honestly, though, who would, like, a lot of people, I think, would take that opportunity. Like, if it was a fucking snowstorm, you're freezing your ass off, you're not 100% sure if you actually do have a drive on the way to come pick you up, and the cops pull up and they offer you a drive, you're like, maybe they won't smell it, you know? I mean, it's fucking, but he was kind of like one of those situations where this guy just got fucked by the universe. It did not want him to deliver that cannabis where it was going.
I would have just fucking locked the car, been like, "Yo, I really need somebody," and then if the cop did come, just like, "Okay, it's in the car. Fuck it. Don't
Yeah,
gotta deal with the cops on
exactly
that
right.
one.
Yeah.
Get a ride.
That's
Get it
exactly it.
fixed."
I'd stay with the car, throw the weed into the back of the car, hide it somewhere, like in the crash car, and then be
Right.
like, all right, I'm gonna go like try. You can drop me off at this place, get dropped off, drive back to the car, grab them out, and yeah, boom,
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, Curtis said check the link out below. Less speculation on that. But the next story that we've got is a little interesting. It isn't about weed being found anywhere, except
Finally.
for in a video game.
Okay.
Yeah. So, a Canadian company has been working to make a mobile game. What do you guys not have phones? Inspired by the real life and the cannabis business of Be Real from Cypress Hill.
Oh, nice.
Fuck yeah. I love
Nice.
Cypress Hill. Like, Cypress Hill's fucking awesome. But basically, they were quoted as saying between Be Real's fascinating lifestyle and LDRLY's experience making the world, that's the company that made it, Leader Lease or whatever, experience making the world's most successful cannabis themed mobile games, players are in for a truly amazing experience. So basically what it is it's one of those like pot empire type games that they're going to be making, but it's going to be obviously a Vancouver based company called Leaf Mobile Incorporated, which is a subsidiary of that Leaderly company I had mentioned before.
Right.
They launched a new game based on the life and business of Be Real, and since he's been a longtime cannabis fan, he's a fan of this cannabis, he is a good bud from a distance by proxy.
Advocates, entrepreneur, fucking. Oh
100%.
yeah.
100%. And so the game's going to be called Be Real Monster Buds, which is awesome. The game launches worldwide actually on the day of the article's posting, so check it out on your device. I don't know if it's available yet, but we'll get to that in the article. I'm reading.
I mean, it's posted, so
It's
it should
posted,
be.
so it'll be there. Yeah, so check it out. Look for Be Real Monster Buds. This isn't an ad, by the way. Like I don't get.
I am
paid,
gonna download it.
Yeah, I'm gonna download it too, probably if I can get it on my tablet. But basically, it launched and it's worldwide. So it features Be Real's licensed music, which is awesome, and it has his voice. He does the voice acting in the game, and it also celebrates 420 culture, obviously. So Darcy Taylor, CEO of Leaf Mobile, was quoted as saying, "We're incredibly excited to be working with
Downloading now.
Nice. We're incredibly excited to be working with Be Real and DGT Enterprise Limited on this game. Between Be Real's fascinating lifestyle and LERL's wise experience, making weed games, this is going to be an awesome experience. So players are going to be able to grow, cultivate, upgrade their own strains, like similar to some other cannabis-themed mobile games out there. And you can collect and hire game characters, including some of Be Real's favorite guests and friends who make limited time appearances during in-game events. So you can get like other cool, friends of his in the game and also
Right.
collaborators, which is going to be sweet. Yeah, it's one of those things where there's essentially comic book featured in the game because we all know Cypress Hill got big fans of comic books. They talk
Yeah,
about it in a lot of their songs, right? So there's more than 1,300 panels of comic book art that make up the first 25 episodes of the game.
that's
So that's
awesome.
fucking amazing. So like essentially, it's gonna be one of those. It's a lot of. It's somehow it's going to differentiate itself from those other like weed growing simulator type games by being a little bit more cannabis community oriented. They're going to have a lot more like inside information, a lot more fun and kind of hands on
Well,
like.
in all fairness, Leaf Mobile is also the same group that did Bud Farm, Idle Tycoon, Cheech
Yep.
and Chong, Bud
Yep.
Farm, and Trailer Park Boys.
Absolutely, absolutely. There,
So
and I've
they're
played,
familiar.
I've played three of those games, and I've enjoyed every single one of them because they're all designed. They are designed around a similar theme. Obviously, it is a mobile game, but they have a good formula. And I think working with Be Real because I love, like I said, I love Cypress Hill, like incredibly talented artists, and Be Real's got some great music, and obviously if he's going to be hands on working with the game. It's Yeah, it's gonna be absolutely amazing. Now that's just touching on that. There is, however, going to be a new game made by Leaf Mobile coming up soon because they're currently working on a game for The Office, which is inspired by the U.S. version of The Office, and it's going to be launching later this year. So I'm keeping an eye on that. Where
Well done.
basically, yeah, you have to keep Scranton's branch of Dunder Mifflin afloat. It's going to be fucking sweet. So that's a
Do
different
that
game.
with weed.
Do that with weed, man. But it's gonna be an awesome game. Be Real's fully supporting behind it and everything like that. The animation looks really cool from what I've seen.
I'll try to let
And
you buds know how it is next week when I
yeah,
start
yeah,
playing it more.
absolutely, absolutely. And just make sure you check out the link below from the growth op that I've put in the description, and that pretty much covers it for this aspect of the show.
That's it for Weed News
That's
Worldwide.
yeah. And thank you very much for joining us during that segment of Weed News Worldwide. But we do have to hop into something before we get to the next segment of the show, and that something is this beautiful ad spot.
Hey buds, you really want to show off your love of marijuana or just really shine at your next smoke session? You really want to go to myhighshop.com for some of the coolest cannabis clothing and accessories. They have shirts, sweats, jewelry, grinders, and even pipes made out of amethyst crystals. You can check them out using the link below and let them know I sent you by using code GoodBudsCurtis at checkout. You can save 35% off your entire order and free shipping. Again, that's code GoodBudsCurtis at checkout. Thank you to myhighshop.com, and let's get back to the show.
Thank you so much, My High Shop. We appreciate you big time.
Absolutely. Now, Shank, how are you feeling?
Good man, good. I feel a little heavy in my chair, but overall, I can't say bad. Like very uplifted, very, very happy, relaxed. Um, Yeah, this is a good strain. I'm a big fan. That skunkiness
Nice.
is sticking around though. My office is gonna smell like
Nice.
skunk for days, even if I switch my strains up. This is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
But how you feeling, Curtis?
Well, I would be calm, relaxed, chill, couch locked, and pretty happy. Except I really have to pee. So really quickly, I'm gonna take this bong hit.
Hey, and I'm gonna take this bong hit right here.
And with that being said, we're going to blaze it real quick. Shit. And we're gonna get into the conversation. I'm gonna go take a piss. Welcome to the conversation portion of the podcast. As always, I'm Good Buds Curtis, Good Buds Shank, and we are joined by Good Buds Isaac.
Yeah,
How you doing today, bud? Just getting done coughing from smoking all that Mary J. Juanas.
That
Yes.
ganja
No.
Juanas.
Smoking that
Nope.
can of tobacco.
Chronic
I gotta call
injecting 5 marijuanas.
It's directly into your pee hole. Um, that's great. But what we're going to be doing today is we have some Would You Rather questions.
Yeah.
We have recently been rewatching some Family Guy clips on YouTube, specifically the ones where they're just sitting around drunk asking, what would you rather do? Would you rather do this or would you rather do that?
Yeah.
Hey, Peter, I don't really think we should be talking about that. Stuff like that.
Yeah, and we already did the little thing where we were talking about weed would you rathers and stuff like that, and that was fun as hell. But we figured we would just do a more general kind of open would you rather kind of thing because we're open people. We talk about more than just cannabis. We're not 2-dimensional. I mean, we are 2-dimensional, but we're 3-dimensional characters.
You know what we mean. And for those of you who don't know, basically, would you rather is just you ask 2 hypothetical questions and you deliberate and give an answer.
Yeah, I got a good example. Like for example, would you rather go to a Nickelback concert or put your dick in a blender?
And see, next we would deliberate about it. For example, I'd ask, what kind of blender is it?
Like Black & Decker.
Okay, hard choice, but I'd have to go with the Nickelback concert.
Yeah.
Black & Decker's just too strong of one.
Yeah, what if I went with the Ninja food processor?
Blender.
Yeah,
You got yourself a dick in a blender.
there we go.
You got yourself a dick in a blender.
There you go. See, yeah, though. So it's pretty straightforward how that works, and we're gonna each.
Oh, it
kinda
won't be
take-
afterwards.
Oh, well, no, neither the blender nor the dick, or the Nickelback concert. But anyway, so we're each gonna kind of tell one, and then like take a turn, ask a would you rather. We'll have a chance to think about it and ponder over it and give our take on it, and just kind of do a little pass around.
And if you got a question, go ahead and leave it in the comments down below on our Facebook, our Instagram, our Reddit, our Discord. It doesn't matter. We'll find it somewhere or another.
While you're scrolling past that little bar to comment on this video, you'll see a thing that says subscribe. You should totally click on that. And the little thumbs up usually means like. I don't know which site you're using, but if you're on a site with the thumbs up, click it. It helps us out.
Exactly. And with all that being said, hey guys, would you rather? I'll start us off here. Would you rather participate in Squid Games, but it's based off Minecraft, or experience Nightmare on Elm Street style dreams, but instead of Freddy Krueger, it's Jimmy Neutron's dad?
Oh shit!
So for the Squid Games, everything is blocks. Anytime you try to talk to any of the guards or anything, wait, what are we doing here? Sorry, I had to cough. Oh, wait. We need our answers to be more vivid and stuff like that. How silly of me to forget. I have a bong pack right here.
You know what? I do too. Right here.
And Isaac, you look like you got yourself some of that root beer.
Yeah.
You're drinking hoop beer this week?
Hoop beer.
Yeah, WA.
WA hoop beer?
Nice. Wow.
WA. Wow.
Wahoo!
It's Waluigi's root beer.
Wow!
Well,
Oh my
God. Hopefully it's about that home. Same deal. You got your bongs pack, bowls pack, joints, blunts, all that shit ready to go. It is
Edible
time
people eat more.
It doesn't matter, Shank. It is time to blaze it. Tok smoke.
Oh, green giant.
Oh, it's Scooperman.
And I am immediately lighting this joint right after that.
Scooperman, that hoe.
I'm gonna need to smoke a joint to get through these questions. All right. So, Curtis,
All right.
would you like to reiterate your first question? Like, just repeat that there real quick.
Repeating the first one. Participate in Squid Games, but it's based on Minecraft. So blocky challenges, fucking crafting stuff. The villagers are the guards. You only get to eat fucking like
Pork chops
cookies and bottles of water or buckets of milk.
Oh my God. Milk.
Or you have to experience Nightmare on Elm Street style dreams, but instead of Freddy Krueger, it's Jimmy Neutron's dad. But you still get the boiler. You still can get affected in real life from what happens in the dream, but instead of Freddy Krueger, it's just, well, hey there, Jimbo.
I'm gonna go with that one. I'm gonna go with that one, even though it seems more arbitrarily and
He'll still try
existentially
to kill you.
terrifying. Yeah, no, it seems more existentially terrifying and stuff like that. But I just feel like I would have a better chance because A, I rarely sleep, and B, I rarely dream. And when I do dream, if I was having these horrible dreams, I'd probably like just run and die. If I die, I die. But otherwise, I just book it. Like I don't. I feel like. I
You
feel like.
feel like you have no chance in the Minecraft Squid Games?
Yeah, I feel like in the Minecraft Squid
So-
Games, I feel like in the Squid Games, I would fuck something up accidentally. They'd be like, mine this block, but don't touch any of the other blocks around it. Or like, use this path block thing to make a bunch of paths,
Yeah.
but don't touch anything else. And I'd fucking boop one fucking pixel to the left, and then I'd be like, fucked.
Isaac, what's your opinion?
About the Minecraft one, am I living in the actual Minecraft world, or am I still in?
You're in
Like real world.
you're in the real world.
Yeah, that is a good
but
question.
okay, so you're in the real world.
But the surroundings is everything Minecraft.
The surroundings and everything is Minecraft, and whoever's controlling the game is doing everything in their power possible to make Minecraft physics somewhat real. So if an item falls or something
I
like
won't-
that,
So if I
they
die,
immediately
I won't respawn.
No, if you die, you die.
it's hardcore Minecraft. So if you die,
Yeah.
you die.
Oh, then Nightmare on Elm Street dreams.
Yeah.
And it's same with Nightmare on Elm Street teams. If you die, you die. Jimmy Neutron's dad is still trying to kill you and take you to the Shadow Realm.
Oh, hey there, Jimbo. I'm just gonna shove this knife in you.
Hey there, Jimbo. No, honestly, like I feel like I'd have a good chance of outrunning.
Oh, hey there, Jimbo!
Because
This
with the-
is God!
With the Squid Games thing, I feel like I'd have to like think a lot, and I'd have to be like, like I'd have to think more about
Okay.
it. But with the Jimmy Neutron one, I feel like it'd just be more basic and straightforward, and there'd be less thinking involved. It'd just be more of me
Sleep
staying
and
away
hope.
from him. Like stay awake as much as I can, sleep for the minimal amount that I can, and when I am sleeping, like I don't know, I could practice lucid dreaming and fuck him up.
Or try to pull him into the real world.
Yeah, pull him into the real world and then be like, "Who's the man now, Jimbo?
Welcome to my world, bitch.
Welcome to my
Alright,
world,
so-
Jimbo."
Well, let's
what's
get
his
on to
dad's
the next
name?
one.
All right, cool.
Hugh. It's Hugh Neutron.
Hugh? Yeah,
Yep.
Hugh's the man now. But all right. So Isaac, you hit us with your first one, man. What's your first one? I always go like second in this situation, and I'd like to let you go. Ghosts are opening my door.
Okay. Who would you rather be in a smoke rotation with? Seth Rogen and Morgan Freeman? Or oh crap, I can't think of his name now. Why can't I think of his name?
Describe.
Well, the other was Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg and
Ooh.
Charlie Sheen.
Ooh.
Oh, you kind of degraded it with Charlie Sheen there. I don't think
Yeah.
I mean, I think Charlie Sheen is entertaining, but I don't know if
No,
I'd ever
you
want to
know-
be in a room with him.
Regardless,
you
Seth
know-
Rogen. Regardless,
Seth-
Seth
yeah.
Rogen.
I have to add this because he
Okay.
has AIDS. So pre-AIDS Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, well, pre or post, man, you can't catch AIDS through a joint, but like,
Okay, Either
but I
way,
mean,
I'm
either
still
way,
going with.
It's not that
I'm
scares me off; it's the weirdness.
Yeah, it's not that it's definitive. I'll give my reason is that if I'm with Snoop Dogg, he's going to be passing a whole bunch of blunts around, so everybody's going to get their own, but they're still going to rotate the blunts around.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah,
If Charlie Sheen's in there, if he's in the roto before me, or if the same blunts are getting passed around, at some point he's going to want something more, and he's going to dip it in something, and I'm going to have to adjust that, and that's what I don't want.
yep.
Whether it's
Yeah.
cocaine or
And not only that,
tiger
but
blood or whatever the fuck, I don't want that.
not
And
only that, but-
regardless of that,
yeah.
I still just want to meet Seth Rogen and Morgan
Yeah.
Freeman.
Yeah, here on the podcast, we are definitively huge Roganites. We are Seth Rogen fans here. We've talked about him for like an entire fucking news segment one time because like
Yeah.
he's hilarious and awesome. So if I had
We
the
love him.
opportunity, and that's not saying if I ever in my life got the opportunity to smoke with Snoop Dogg, I probably would take it.
You do it.
Like I would take it regardless of who's going to be there. But at the same time, like if I could meet Morgan Freeman because he seems like just such a genuinely awesome dude, or I could meet Seth Rogen. That would be a fucking fantastic. So like both of them win for me, but Charlie Sheen kind of scares me. His energy seems kind of like
Yeah.
off. You know what I mean? Like it seems like he'd be the kind of guy that would put
A
his
little
arm around
off
your
the
shoulder and
Richter
hold
scale.
you a little bit too tight for a little bit too long while he's telling you a story about something you're not really interested in. You're like,
While he
yeah, man,
keeps
so my
turning-
cat, and you're like,
And
dude,
while he's doing that, he's also turning his head off to the side every once in a while. You hear a big, and then
yeah.
he just turns back and just starts talking a little bit faster.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you either hear outrageous stories while you keep getting a free blunt every time from Snoop Dogg, or you're with Seth Rogen getting a cross joint, one of the cross blunts he makes with
with
soothing
Morgan
voice
Freeman, with
man,
actual God, with literal God,
the little old guy.
with movie God, Morgan.
You know what?
Freeman.
I made this question and I thought it was going to be hard, but it is Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, Morgan
always
fucking
Morgan
Freeman. It's always Morgan Freeman.
As soon as you said Morgan Freeman, I'm like, I'm kind of scared for who he has in the
That's
second
when-
slot because
I
they have a
couldn't
lot to
think.
live up to.
I couldn't
fucked
think.
up.
Oh man, damn it!
That
all
man's
good.
voice is
I just
just
thought of somebody better.
Oh,
but, oh well.
no, it's all good.
Okay,
It's all
change
good.
it
That
up.
was a- that
Who's
was
the
a-
better one?
Okay,
yeah,
so I'll spice
yeah.
it up. So okay, Seth Rogen, Morgan Freeman, or Cheech and Chong.
Oh, Cheech and Chong. I love Seth Rogen and I love Morgan Freeman, but Cheech and Chong, Cheech Marin, and Tommy
You gotta
Chong,
go to the OGs.
legends. They are legends. And if
You
I
gotta go
ever
with
in
the
my life
legends.
had the opportunity, I mean, to smoke with like the legendary
One-
Cheech and Chong, it would happen. Time Machine,
Either
Bennett,
either
it's
one
happening.
of them or two of them.
Curtis
don't
and I
care.
are gonna be their plug in the 1970s when time travel's invented. We're gonna fucking get some bomb ass fucking modern weed, go back to like the 1970s to Cheech and Chong and be like, bros,
Yes.
yo,
So, Shank.
retroactively get the Buds famous.
So, good question, Isaac. Good question, Isaac.
Yeah, it's
Shank,
good.
what's yours?
All right, my first would you rather isn't it's I don't know, it's different, but would you rather always sit on a cold toilet seat for the rest of your life, or always sit on a warm toilet seat knowing that a really sweaty and hairy person had immediately just gotten off of it?
Considering the fact that you put extra adjectives on the second one, I'm going with the first one. I have a relatively
Yeah.
warm tookish, and I would warm it up pretty quickly. But if you had just said a warm toilet seat,
No, I mean the
probably
toilet
would have
seat
gone.
stays cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It stays cold. Your butt can't warm it up.
Don't matter. Don't matter then.
All right. It's like refrigerated.
If you didn't
it's cold.
see, if you didn't add the extra adjective and you just said it was a warm seat, I would have known. But you put too many images in at the same time, where I'm like, sensory overload, man. Nope. The other one's immediately better.
Yeah. I mean, you could always
Because
wipe it
regardless,
off.
I don't take immediate.
I would
like,
because I'm with.
My wife is very ill.
I'm not-
Yes, do you
I'm not one of
mind?
your
I paid
typical
$380 for this flight.
$380. Jeez, I hope they kissed you first. This is my fourth trip today. Just this morning, I went to Kentucky. Wait a second. You're telling me I flew all the way to Kentucky to get some of your fried chicken, and the colonel isn't even working today?
He did. He did.
I'm lost.
Is Mr. Sanders in?
What's wrong with you? I
Your
say you he
soundboard
did.
is playing a fucking
The colonel.
your soundboard.
soundboard's
You're
playing.
playing a sound. That's yours.
You just played the entire clip of Peter asking for fucking where's the colonel?
I can't hear my soundboard, dude.
Oh my god!
I can't hear my soundboard
It just
for
played the
anything.
entire clip of
And I
fucking
found one of my
Colonel
keys.
Sanders that he did.
Why not? Set your headset to it, bro.
Oh man!
I can't hear any of my
crying.
soundboards.
Oh, I'm leaving this in. But anyway,
No, please
but-
don't.
So what would you pick? We know Curtis would go with the cold toilet seat, but would you go with the warm toilet seat for the rest of your life, or cold toilet seat for the rest of your life?
Cold because I take 2-minute poops.
Oh, there you go. Motivates you.
Same there. I'm a
Yeah.
speedy pooper.
All right, so
I'm not
yeah,
one of
motivate
those.
you. Personally, I'd do the cold as well because I also a cold seat motivates me. When I like a warm bathroom. I like the room around me to be warm as fuck. But
Yes.
but if I'm sitting on that toilet seat, I like to be motivated. I'm like, I don't want to be here long. Let's get this shit done. I can browse
See-
at it in my room.
No, if anything, what I would do is take hot showers, and then while I'm hot and fucking everything's all loosed up, get on there quickly. Immediate temperature difference.
Or even
It's
better,
like,
sit on the
it's
toilet
like
seat,
sitting-
take a shit, jump off the cold toilet seat into the warm shower,
Well, you go back and forth. It's like
Yeah.
going into the jacuzzi at a hotel and then jumping into the pool and then going back into the
Yeah,
jacuzzi
or in the
sauna.
snow. If the snow is on the ground, you roll around in the snow like a crazy person, then jump back in the
Fucking
jacuzzi.
Canadians.
All right, so that's my would you rather, and I worked out, I guess. Yeah. So Curtis, what's your first would you or second would you rather?
Well, my next one is more of a positive one, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So, you have a job where you work 40 hours a week until you're 65 or whatever 65. You have to work 40 hours a week, but you get paid one wish a week. This wish you cannot use for more wishes, you cannot use it for actual cash, you cannot use it for superpowers, and you cannot use it for crime. You can only get one item per wish. Or you spend 20 years of your life working hard, but then you retire around the age of 50 being a multi-billionaire.
Second one.
You are not a multi-billionaire until you retire.
Second
You
one.
have normal.
Can
How am I going to pay for a house?
Can I get
how am I
Bitcoin
going to
with
pay
my
for a
wish?
house for?
One wish. You
Can I
work
get,
for one
yeah,
week,
you
you
wish
get
for a
one wish.
house. You work for 1 week, and then you're like, I wish I had a house with no mortgage. I own it.
However, but the only thing is, you have nothing inside of that house.
Yeah,
You
no,
have
that's
to
exactly it.
wish
So next week you wish for a
individually
couch.
yeah, you have to wish for
Yeah.
every item individually, and
Yeah,
you have to
or
work
you
every
just
week.
straight up
but
go out and steal it, like because you can't wish for crime doesn't mean you can't commit crime
I
before
would
you.
still go with the second
but
one.
if you're not working, you don't get your wish, so you
Yeah,
can't
no.
wish to be free.
That's
I'd
true.
still go for the second one.
No, second one because I mean, wait. Well, I don't know. Would I still be able to make money in the interim? Because how the hell am I going to survive on just a wish? Because
For
I'd
the
have
spend
to be
20
like food.
Well, you can
like,
pay,
every week.
or you can buy, or food. I will say you can purchase, or you
'Cause,
can wish
yeah.
for at a time.
Well, okay. Can I wish for a
At a
lifetime
time you-
supply of food?
Yes, you can wish for a lifetime supply of food.
There you go.
But
So
that
I'd
costs
work
one
for
of
a
your
week, wish for a lifetime of food, work for
And that's
another
covered.
week, wish for a lifetime of for a house that I own
And
with no mortgage.
The house will contain the water and the electricity and everything, but your next 3 weeks will pay those off for the entirety
for
of
the
your
rest
house.
of my life, for the rest of my life. And
Right.
then eventually, if I have kids or anything like that, I could even transfer the wishes by being like, I wish all of these wishes to continue for the rest of my children's lives.
When you do that, your wishes go into like a safety deposit box that would
Yeah, straight up.
transfer to your
Like
kids.
upon my
But-
death, it transfers to my kids.
Again.
Yeah.
But again, all this you have to work 40 hours a week. So you still have to work
fuck
for
yeah,
40
I'd do
hours.
that. I'd do that. I could
You
pull it
get the
off.
one wish, and it's until you're 65. The
Unless
other one is
in about a year,
the
I
oth-
would have everything I'd need to like
think
be set
about
for
it.
life.
50. That's only 52 wishes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'd have enough. I could plan it out enough that like because okay, once again, I need to
Okay,
ask.
but
Can I get Bitcoin? Because I can't ask for money, right?
you cannot get Bitcoin.
That's technically money. That's
'Cause-
cryptocurrency.
Okay. An NFT.
No.
I can't get NFTs. What if I want a picture with JPEG of a kitten?
No.
Alright, fine.
Residing from cryptocurrency and everything like that. But remember on the other one also, you spend only 20 years of your life working relatively hard, so around 40 hours a week.
Yeah, that would
You
be bad.
only make about $10 an hour. Not $10. You only make like $15 an hour the entire time. But as soon as you retire at age 50, you're a billionaire who can pretty much afford anything you want.
I don't know. Life
you get
expectancy is
in
really good
cash.
now. So being 50 now isn't
I'll
that
still go with
old.
the second one.
Exactly. 50's not that old, so you get a whole bunch of time to be a billionaire. Or you have to work until you're 65. Hopefully you get everything in that amount of time, getting 52 wishes a year.
I'm still gonna have to go with the wishes because then I can like I can't ask for superpowers, but I can ask for perfect health because that's physical.
Okay, what
Well,
about
and that's another
what
thing.
about when you retire?
When you retire
Well,
from that one,
if
you
I
get no
retire,
more
I'll be
wishes.
set for life. I don't need to wish anymore. Like I'll have
You
a
get no
lifetime
more
supply
wishes,
of
but
food,
hopefully
lifetime supply of electricity, lifetime supply of water.
your
a
house is
permanent
paid
house
off.
over
So
my
you
head.
have
You're 65.
I
You're
don't
out
have a
of
yacht.
wishes.
I don't like every
Yeah.
other thing that I'd ever possibly want to own.
Hold on, go ahead, Isaac.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you're 65. You're out of wishes. You got everything like you said. But what if there's more stuff continually coming and you would want it? You
I'd have
can't
money
get it
because
because you have no wishes.
No, I wouldn't need wishes at that point because I'd have things that I would own properties that I'd be renting out to people because I can't wish for money, but I can ask for property that I own that I can then rent out on my own free time to people. I'd have I'd have dozens of business leasing buildings.
Yep.
I'd have dozens of properties all over New York, all over the world.
That's all. That's all
And
possible.
that money would be fully legitimately coming into my bank account, and I would be a multi-billionaire well before I'm 50. I'd be Jeff Bezos by the time I was fucking 40.
Mind you, you'd still have to keep the one job that you have to
Oh yeah,
work
no,
40
I'd work
hours
it.
a week.
I'd work it gladly. I'd work it. 40 hours a week
Like-
isn't that bad of a job. Like, I've worked jobs.
Well, you'd
where I
have
had
to,
do,
or
like,
otherwise you
more
lose
than
the
that.
wishes.
Oh yeah,
is what
no,
I'm
I'd
saying.
keep it going. I'd keep
Still
it
go
going.
with the
And
second one.
and it's only for
Okay.
you said 20 years, and then you get to retire. So
No, that one's till you're 65 with the
that's-
wishes.
yeah, fine. I'd keep it. I'd keep it going.
Yep. All right. So Isaac's going with 20 years and be a billionaire. Shank's going with wishes. I
Yeah.
personally would probably go with the wishes too.
This
But
seems like you'd be able to do some interesting shit. I'd have a dragon.
I think so. Another thing to mention is health. You can get it for yourself or a loved one, but that costs one wish.
Oh, of course, yeah. I'd
So,
be like, I
you
want
know,
perfect
somebody
health
gets-
for myself. Like, I'd be like for one, and then now I'd be fine, perfectly healthy, and everything else, and then I'd be like, cool. Now, like, I'd do the same thing for my family members one by one. Like friends, family
The
members.
perfect
everything else.
health only lasts for a couple of years, and
Oh,
then you
yeah.
have to reimburse it. But again,
Yeah.
anyway, so with all that, Isaac, how about you? What's your next one?
Yeah. What's your next? Would you rather?
Would you rather let a gust of wind blow your weed off your little wrap you have?
Rolling tray.
Whatever.
I-
Tray,
oh.
wrap,
Oh,
whatever.
blunt. Yeah, yeah.
Anything. It could be anything. You let the wind just goes gone.
Gone. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm already cringing.
You got my butt puckered a little bit, but carry on. My wayward son.
God damn it, that last question made me lose mine.
That's why we write our stuff down.
Move on. Just go to someone else. Go to someone else.
Okay, Shank.
All right. So skipping on to mine. All right. So I got one that's a little bit more like open ended, a little bit more room for kind of questioning.
Okay.
But would you rather have diarrhea for 3 days straight, or be forced to watch a solid week of dry British sitcoms?
Full week of dry British sitcoms.
That was
Sorry,
Really?
but I
Dry
kind
British
of
sitcoms?
I'm
It's like
kind
having
of in,
diarrhea for a month.
I'm kind of into the British comedy and
No,
me and my
not the
girlfriend
good
actually-
ones. Not the good ones.
No,
We're
no,
talking
no, no,
about
no.
the
Listen,
dry
listen,
British.
Shank,
Like,
Shank. We're into the good British comedy, so that led us down a road where we got into some of the drier ones. And even though it sucks, we still kind of think it's funny. Like there's this one with
You're not allowed
like,
to do
there's
it
this-
during the episodes. You have to watch them all.
Okay.
Okay, fuck. Damn, I thought that was gonna be harder.
something to go. I already don't.
No,
watch
like, we
TV,
actually watch
so
those
it's something to go to bed to for me. That's all that is.
It's a show on
No, you
Netflix.
can't
It's
sleep.
like
You can't
Greg
sleep to it either, Isaac. You have to watch it.
It's a show on Netflix. It's called Greg Davies, like Last Man Down or something.
I'll have to check it out. But
For
shout
a
out
week.
Greg Davies or whatever. Yeah, one solid week. You have
One
to
solid
watch the dry. You can't like
Okay.
unwatch it. You have
Yeah,
to
no,
one
I could
solid
do
week.
that. I could do that. I would rather
Yeah.
do that.
Than diarrhea
Alright.
for 3 days. Man, I've had
Yeah.
diarrhea for 3 days, and I've watched like one episode of. No, I'm just joking. I've watched a fair amount of dry British comedy.
I mean, you're in the colony, so you know. So speaking of which, Isaac, did you come up or did you figure out the rest of yours yet, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, he smokes weed. Isaac smokes weed once.
Forgets
I'm
it.
done.
So, well, mine's kind of relating to diarrhea a little bit, so I figured
Oh
I'd go
my
with
god, what is up with this shit related stuff?
mine. Well, mine
Okay.
is simple. Would you
Alright.
rather super glue your butt cheeks together and take a laxative, or
Oh,
I'm sorry, take a laxative and then super glue your butt cheeks together
In that order.
because it's a suppository.
Okay.
So you got like 25
acting.
minutes, and it's a super fast acting super glue as well.
Well, yeah, that's yeah.
Or get fully on tackled by 2 NFL defensive linemen. They have shoulder pads and a helmet. You only have a helmet.
Tackled.
I'll take the tackle.
It just cut.
Yeah,
What goes
because
to the
I
one
know
hole comes up
I
the
know
other
what
hole.
would I'd know what would happen is like you'd rupture something. Either way you're rupturing something, at least one way, it's like, you'd probably just get decapitated right away. The weight of the helmet would just cause your head to stay where it is and your body would just like go. And then,
Well,
then like a cartoon, your head would just take 3 seconds floating in the air and then just drop to the turf.
See, I think I have enough thickness where I could like have. You know what? No, I would go with you guys, but I can't. I have to say I would have my butt cheeks super glued together, and I think I have enough space where I would be able to shoot it out both ends like a fucking Play-Doh shooter.
So
It would just be like 2 tiny strings of shit.
It'd be like silly string coming out the top and bottom of your, like by your taint and by your lower back.
Yeah, one coming out of my coccyx
One's
and
like
coming out of my...
one's like specifically spraying the back of your ball sack, and the other one's squirting upwards in the back.
One's shooting square out my gooch, and one's coming right out the tip of my spine.
I both like and hate the direction this conversation took.
I love the direction of the conversation and the way that they're spraying.
But honestly, I'm gonna have to go with the like Isaac. I'm agreeing with Isaac on this one. I'm voting 100% for the tackle.
Yeah,
Isaac,
tackle,
did you come?
That's just like getting a rib broken or something.
Yeah, I mean, you might shit yourself. You might shit yourself when you get tackled, but at least it's gonna come out.
Right.
You might also have a liver coming with it.
Yeah,
but
and you never know. You never know. So Isaac, all right.
All right. I got something a little different. Something different. Okay, so would you rather in a simulation like a Rainbow Six Siege type thing? The training is a simulation against each other.
Yeah,
correct.
All right. Would you rather be in one of those on House, the map House, or would you rather do it in Nuketown?
Ooh, old house or new house?
Old House.
Old house. Old house. Old house, hands down. I'd spawn APC area and fuck them up.
Old house, because on Nuketown there's too much opportunity for cheesy bullshit.
Yeah, they can always just cheese it. And fucking, yeah.
If they do that balcony glitch, I'm screwed.
I know all the spawn peaks on house. I know fucking all the angles on house. I know if it's old house. Oh yeah, OG house. Yeah, on OG house, I knew every ounce of that place, man. I knew every single spot of that. And yeah, I would hands down, I'd say house. Yep.
Now here's the thing.
So you want to?
Now what mechanics are we going?
Rainbow Six.
Hold on. What mechanics are we going with here? Are we going with
R6 style?
Yeah,
so it's
Nuketown because of it's the R6 style.
Okay, so like Nuketown
so it's
and
Nuketown
R6.
on Rainbow Six.
Nuketown on Rainbow Six.
So things would be destroyable. There would be different things that you can plaster up
into the buildings. And well, actually, the layout's not really built for that. Still, there's way too many openings on way too many sides.
But okay, so it will be Rainbow Six like, but it will still be like COD TDM.
I could see that
being. I think I would still go house.
Yeah, I gotta go house. I just know it better. I know, like even new house, even new house. I'd say I know a little bit. I can do because I could get other people. I feel more confidently than because I feel way more open on Nuketown in certain parts of the map. No matter where you are, there's just like it's way too many angles, right? On too many parts of the map. So basically, but with house, I feel like I could confidently get an entire team of people inside of that without them seeing me. Or if they saw me, they wouldn't be able to get me before I got them. You know what I mean? And it's just, I don't feel that confident on Nuketown. But that's a good question.
Yeah, because, well, obviously, I already prefer Siege over COD.
Yeah.
But,
it's good.
No, but you guys wouldn't want to, relive or go, see
I think it would be cool to see Nuketown with my own eyes. Yeah, if I could go to Nuketown.
I'm talking Black Ops 1 Nuketown. I'm not talking all these.
Oh yeah,
I'm talking straight up Black Ops 1.
I remember. I've seen. No, that's the one I loved. That's the one I fell in love with.
I've seen a couple places, specifically one up here in Michigan. Actually, they're paintball arenas and paintball places. They have like a couple fields, stuff like that. They have a couple actual tournament spots set up, but then one or two of the places actually has a Nuketown set up where there's actually cars set up. They got a bus, they got a truck, and they set it up exactly like Nuketown.
That's awesome, man. That'd be so. And I think there was a place around here that some of my airsoft friends, like, they play airsoft and shit. And I don't. They'd hate me if I said play airsoft, because we're not playing. Fuck off. You're not Milsim. But anyway, like they go out and they said, like, there was a place not close to here. It's probably like 2 hours away ish, but it's similar setup. They've got, like, like two. They don't have buses, but they have like wood things built where the buses would be. You know what I mean? And like they have the two buildings that are actually, like, the two, and they actually do have like the two buildings built.
Yeah,
like the two structures built, and it's pretty cool, man. Like it's
I have like plywood and a couple 2x4s and stuff, but it's the
sturdy,
base of the building.
Yeah, but it's
there's
like
a second floor. It works.
Yeah, and it's like set up like that, and they went up there and did that shit. I never got into it because it's just way too expensive of a hobby for me, man. Like, I mean, says the guy who collects musical instruments and electronic gadgets.
I used to do airsoft as a kid, but even then, I would stick to like $40, fucking $50 at the most. And then I had a friend who had like a full metal, fucking all metal, full auto, fucking electric powered 300 FPS bullshit
Yeah, it's
gun.
a fully fucking pneumatic fucking, like, oh yeah, man. Well, I had my friends, basically, I remember when my one buddy was like, yeah, I want to sell my cheap gun because there's another gun I wanted to buy. And he's like, I just placed the order on it. And he's like, I paid for it, but I'd like to get some of the money back, so I want to sell my other gun. And he's like, it's my cheap gun. Maybe you'd want to buy it. And I was like, oh, what are you asking for it? He said it's this cheap gun. I was expecting $50, like $60, $70, something like, like under 100. If 100, maybe $100 for like a good.
What did he say?
He's like, yeah, it'll be like $650.
No,
and I was like,
fuck
I was
you.
like, bro, hold up. I was like, you've had this thing for like 3 years, first of all, and I don't know how much you paid for it, but I know that you've been regularly using it, and it's in good shape. But still, I'm not paying $650. And he was like, dude, this gun, when I bought it, he's like, it's my cheap gun, because he had other guns, but he's like, it was his cheap one, and he said it was like $12.50 or something or more, like $12.75 when he got it, and I'm like. And he wanted $650 for it, and he sold it in a week to one of the other dudes that he hung out with. And it's like, I couldn't do that. I was like,
expensive shit.
If I showed up with my dinky $50 fucking like Canadian Tire like BB shooter, they'd be like, go home.
Exactly. So
I would get kicked out of the field if I brought mine.
But I would like to see
Isaac's sitting here just like, I have real guns, guys.
Yeah. But Isaac, I would like to see Nuketown, but I feel like I would like to play house if I actually had to do the thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Play house.
Yeah.
So
Curtis,
what's your next question?
Next. All right. So all right. So this one's a. Yeah. Okay. So, would you rather have your farts be incredibly loud for the rest of your life? Or would you rather your farts be incredibly smelly for the rest of your life?
Loud. I take pride in my work.
I'd go loud.
Yeah, go loud.
Yeah.
You're like taking the silencers off.
Nope.
Like aliens invade in 2027. You guys are sneaking through an alley.
Because here's the thing: you say smell, which means they can still be loud, but that just means they still stink. So
well,
no matter
they
what,
can be quiet. It's either silent but deadly, or loud and fucking never pungent.
You know what? I might go silent. I'm going assassin then.
Silent assassin.
I'm crop dusting the shit out of the frozen food section at Walmart.
I can't because my gaming setup is in a tiny room already.
That's true.
I have solid ventilation because I smoke a bunch of weed. So
yeah,
I don't. So
my office is set up.
I don't got much ventilation enough. So I'm gonna have to go with loud and proud.
For the sake of the,
and also that'd be really great on your live streams. He'd be like going on. He'd be like, "Yes, I'm just walking here playing through this game of."
Yeah, and for that sake, I also won't go with it because of the podcast.
Yeah, that'd be so great.
Hang on, buds, I gotta go to the other room. Oh, that's weird that Curtis has to go to the other.
Yeah, hey buds, welcome to the Good Buds Pod. That'd be fantastic. But yeah, no, I'd say honestly, loud and proud, but it's hard. Silent but deadly, maybe. I have good ventilation in my office. No, my wife would kill me. Loud and proud, because at least she laughs when my farts are loud, but they don't stink. She is not impressed when it's not. When in any case that it smells like anything, it's just not a good scene. But loud, sometimes I'll get a giggle if it's good enough. So I'm gonna go with loud and proud. And I feel like on my stream I would relish it anyway. I'd just embrace it. I'd be like, yeah, Shank farts while playing Fallout 76. Oh, so yeah.
I'm just thinking about how I have to reshape the ventilation at my girlfriend's place.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, you're
Make
just
this
thinking
work.
about it. You're like, I'm just
Anyway.
thinking about it. You could get a spoof. Just get one of those things with like a bunch of fabric like softener the sheets stuffed in a tube.
Curtis is
and,
just like, hold on, I'll be right back.
but-
Opens the window, puts his ass out the window. Curtis,
No,
what
he
are
just
you
rolls
doing?
over. Just
Nothing,
rolls
don't
over
worry
the
about
side,
it.
takes his spoof, and just holds it up to his butt and just like farts into it, and just smells like fabric softener.
Anyway.
That'd be terrible. There's been a lot of fart shit and stuff going on in this conversation.
So weird.
But Curtis,
So-
what's your next one, man? What's your next one?
Okay. So, my next one is going to be...
Trying to think of one that doesn't involve buttholes.
I'm just saying my next one's going to be interesting.
Okay. All right, I'm interested. You've got my attention.
So do I.
What?
What, Isaac? What do you got?
Oh, okay. Would you rather be a part of the development? You can choose whatever field. The development of your favorite TV show or series, or would you rather be on the development of your favorite video game series?
Ooh. I would
Don't matter. You could be on whatever. You could be a part of the writers. The
I'd be
or
so
the people
much
who come up with it. You know.
as of
You can
right now,
choose.
not being in the field, I would appreciate and be much happier with the video game personally.
Yeah.
However, I do know for a fact they work their asses off. There are time crunches, there are deadlines, and there's still a whole bunch of people who hate a whole bunch of shit about them.
But there's also crunch lines and shit for TV shows.
Well, no, that's what I'm thinking. Is
Yes,
because
but that's the thing.
Yeah.
If I go for TV shows, even though there's only a couple that I like, they have it so streamlined that they're able to meet those deadlines super fast and guarantee that they can get it.
I don't feel like you know
But they
what?
don't-
I would actually here. Hold up, Isaac. You said any part or any aspect of the process,
Anywhere,
right?
any aspect of the process.
Video game mocap. Hook me up.
Okay, video game mocap, yeah.
Hook me up. Video game mocap. I would love to act in a video game. I would love to have one of those fucking stupid ass face tracking rigs on me with the stupid ass.
But it's only
suit.
I
in
wanna
your
do-
favorite video game series.
Oh hell yeah, that'd be
Mortal
ballin',
Kombat, I
'cause-
want to be an action mocap.
Yeah, that would be fucking ballin',
And I have
man.
guaranteed work because they always release
Oh,
new
dude,
one like every
and your
couple
special and your special move would be fucking like grabbing a bong out of thin air and fucking like smashing someone in the face with it, and then fucking pulling out another one and puffing on it.
Exactly.
Like your X-ray would be like smashing them with the bong,
Now-
and it doesn't even break; it just crunches them.
My only question is on either one, can I get a second job? Doing the same exact thing but for a different game.
If
Yeah,
one
'cause
game
I don't have
goes,
one game
you know,
series
if
that I
one
love.
game, I mean, yeah. So if you
Okay.
can only do your favorite video game series, like your multiple series of video games you like, so you can Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat, Call of Duty, or something, or your favorite TV shows, you can choose. You know, if you enjoy The Office or whatever.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
go.
All those developments if you wanted to.
Then you know what? Instead, I'm going to go same thing, but mocap for Call of Duty. Specifically,
that'd be
the
cool.
finishing moves, because that's going to be a new thing with
That-
every game,
char-
so I'll always have work.
Full. I'd say full character capture. I want to be a character in the game. I want them to do the mocap for like basically finishers. It'd be a finisher, but I would want them to do the full. Like I'd want to be the character. I want people to be like fucking playing Shank, the Canadian operator, who fucking like. He has a beaver as a fucking operate, like a beaver as a familiar that walks with him and kills people by like chopping a tree down on them. Like,
That makes a lot of
straight
sense.
up.
Makes a
Straight
lot of
up.
sense.
Well, you know, I mean, us Canadians always have pet beavers around, right?
Okay.
That was misses.
No, it's to
So-
keep our moose calm. You need to have a beaver around.
Okay.
So the final question that we're going to have for today is for me, very quick one.
Yep.
Hmm.
Wiki.
Okay. So here's one. Would you rather oh, sorry guys, we gotta go back to the butthole. But would you rather wipe your ass with 20 different pieces of sandpaper? Or would you rather like, comment, subscribe, and share this with all of your buds? This is the Good Buds podcast, and we do this every week.
Yeah,
Hopefully
not
you've
this
enjoyed this little
specifically.
podcast. And before we head out fully, I have a bunk
Would you rather
pack
be
right here.
or
Ready to go.
crippled?
Right? Dude, come on.
Isaac!
We told you.
Come on!
No.
Fuck!
No.
I told you, I'd much rather be...
Yeah, and I told you that I would much rather be if there were 3 people there, and then I'd all over it.
Okay. Shank, that wasn't
No.
a fucking option.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, we were going there.
Oh.
Right?
You-
No, I
You
got-
went there.
You.
You went there.
All right, fine. Anyway, I got a bong pack.
I have
too.
See, this is what smoking leads to. Degenerative discs. Well, buds, hopefully you have your bongs packed, your bowls packed, joints full, blunts full, vapes ready, prigs ready, edibles. Take another bite. If you're already not too far gone, it's time to blaze it. Tok tok skapoke. And this has been Good Time Podcast. Good Buds. Smoking them. Isaac joins with me, Shank, Curtis, and we will roll one for road. See you next week.
Thanks for joining us, buds. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share this with all of your friends that you know, and just let everybody know about the podcast. It's not like this every week, but it is sometimes. Later, buds.
All right. Bye.
I'm trying to get off my track quick.